All right, this is Bob Andelman, and you're listening to the Mr. Media radio interview with Jordan Brady, director of the documentary film I Am Comic. And
Bob, thanks for having me.
Oh, we're delighted to have you here, Jordan. This next clip is a very adult joke featuring Sarah Silverman and Claudia Lanau, who's the creator of the TV show Accidentally on Purpose.
There's always that one joke that someone gave you that you go, where they go like, I can't do this joke, you should do it. I will do it. Really? Are you sure?
I had written a joke, and I had tried it out a couple of times, and I didn't feel like I could make it work.
And it's totally the joke everyone ever quotes of mine. I was licking jelly off of my boyfriend's and I thought, oh my God, I'm turning into my mother.
The reason I wrote that joke was I was staying over at my parents' house for Thanksgiving, and I was in my old room, and I walked into the kitchen, and my mother is standing over the sink with a jar of jelly in one hand and a knife in the other, licking the jelly off the knife. And she turns to me and she said, "This tastes so good on a..."
Man, even with the bleeps, I think people get it. Jordan,
I think it's funny with the bleeps, Bob.
It is funny. Do you think it matters who originated that joke, or is it entirely possible that they both wrote the joke independently of one another?
Claudia wrote the joke and didn't feel comfortable doing it, and so she gave it to Sarah.
Oh, I missed that.
She said, Sarah, do you want to do this? And Sarah says, I'll totally, are you kidding? I'll totally do that joke. And then, Sarah twisted it into her own way, but it's to show that there is, there's more than one way to skin the.
Well, I got to admit, I watched the film this afternoon, kind of hurriedly. I got Sarah introduced that, if somebody offers you a joke, of course I'm going to take it. And then with the back and forth, I was thinking, because there's a segment too where Carlos Mencia talks about stealing jokes, and he says, F yeah, I steal jokes. You tell a good joke. If I'm in the room, I'm going to steal the joke. And I got that confused. So good. I'm glad you cleared that up.
No, they were friends, and they were hanging out at the Improv, and Claudia just didn't feel comfortable making the joke work. So she said, Sarah, why don't you take it? It fits your persona. And Sarah glommed onto it. I think it's in her movie Jesus is Magic.
Okay. Well, what message do you think your film sends to young comics and wannabes, or what message would you like it to send?
I would like it to say that you have to really want to do it in your heart. In LA, especially where I live, there's a lot of actors, and their agents will say, you should do stand-up so you could get seen. Why don't you start doing a stand-up act, because casting directors and producers will see you. And I hope the movie says, don't do it for that reason. I mean, if you want to, fine. But to really commit yourself to being a stand-up, you have to be a little twisted. I mean, it's kind of a lifestyle. It's like being an alcoholic. You have to have the laughs, and you're constantly working on your routine. And I believe that it says, I hope that the film conveys that you write your own material, and you take pride in that.
Now, once you started showing the film, which is always a frightening prospect for most filmmakers, did you find that there were some edits that you made? Were there some things that you cut or put back in?
Oh my goodness! The film is 86 minutes long, and which is under an hour and a half. That's a decent comedy at the multiplex. The first cut was 2.5 hours because I had 200 hours of footage, interviewed 120 comedians, and crammed in 8 comedians, and 80 comedians.
80, yeah.
Yeah. And back to what point I'd like to make is, it doesn't matter if you're black or white or a woman or Hispanic or a man or gay or straight. We never categorized the types of comedy. So a better message would be, funny is funny. If you're getting laughs, you're a comedian. Janine Garofalo and Jeff Foxworthy have 2 polar opposite audiences. And I just wanted to show the commonalities between them, that they work on their craft, They think funny. They have a desire and a passion to do it. And that's what I'm hoping that the movie says. So when I screened the film, oh my gosh, we had to cut things that I love. We had to cut. It was just getting too long and too boring. I had a song about selling merchandise after the show, and comedian Josh Blue, who won the Last Comic Standing show, he was selling T-shirts and signing autographs and everything. It didn't really move the story along. So things like that got cut.
All right. Well, we are just about out of time. I wanted to ask you, when will most of the country get a chance to see the movie? Will it hit theaters, or will it go DVD? What do you know?
Here's what I know. The intern who bleeped out the bad words is in New York City.
Yeah.
He's gonna come to the This is just today. This happened. He's going to come to the IFC Center in Manhattan on May 10th. That's a Monday, May 10th, where we're going to be part of the Best of Slam Dance. Oh. Slam Dance is that film festival in Park City.
Right.
It's an old Indian word, Bob. It means I didn't get into Sundance. It's the alternative film festival. So May 10th, we're going to be in New York City. We got a screening here and there, and I can tell you, but I can't tell you the details. But it'll be on a cable network that is not HBO.
Okay. All right.
Sometime very soon in the summer. I'm waiting for the date. But if you have, I can't tell you the show time contractually, but it's not HBO. And it'll be on this summer, and people can see it. And then the DVD in the fall is going to be off the hook. It's going to have all the interviews from people that didn't make it that you love.
All right. Well, folks, listen, you may be able to find out when I Am Comic will be showing somewhere near you or on a TV near you by checking out iamcomicmovie.com or by following Jordan Brady's film on Twitter and Facebook. And Jordan, thank you so much for coming on Mr. Media today. We really appreciate it.
Mr.
Fun
Media,
movie.
Thank you. I mean, and plug in the Facebook fan page. That's the way to keep track of I Am Comic. Because I'll be sending out when you can get the DVD. Thanks for having me, man.
All right. My pleasure. Take care. Good luck.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye. And folks, for more original interviews with comedians, you can surf over to our main website, www.mrmedia.com. That's where you can listen to my earlier conversations with Robert Schimmel, Ralphie May, Lisa Lampanelli, Jason Stewart, Michelle Ballin, Rabbi Bob Alper, Eugene Merman, and many more. And you can now hear Mr. Media while you're on the go with Stitcher Radio. Stitcher is a free news and talk mobile application. The latest episode of Mr. Media is always available for you. No syncing needed, no memory wasted. It's available for your iPhone, your Palm Pre, Android phones, or your BlackBerry. Downloading is easy, so go to Stitcher.com or check out the App Store for your individual mobile phone. Subscribe to Mr. Media on iTunes, and you'll never miss a show. Just search Mr. Media Interviews from within iTunes and subscribe for free. You can also follow me on Facebook or on Twitter, www.twitter.com/Andelman or facebook.com/Andelman. Thanks so much for joining us today. We always appreciate when you give up a piece of your day and come spend it with Mr. Media. Thanks for listening, everybody.